Alright folks, hope you're doing well. Yeah, well, I would say the video I did last night is an interesting one. Well, because I was thinking about it later, if the people in church knew what would happen, yeah, if they don't stop doing that rubbish, yeah, what would they do? Would they change? If they knew they'd go to hell for that, would they change? Or if they knew it's possible, would they change? No. No. No, I don't think they would. And this is why right now I don't think there would be a revival as of yet. But yeah. And it's so sad to think that people are of that. But that is human nature. That really is. That is human nature. Human nature is that greed is part of human nature. Yeah, desire for power is human nature. You know, the desire to be the hero is human nature. All these things are human nature. So to have leaders who want to be everything and who want to do, you know, disrespectful things against God all the time. Yeah. Would they change? No. I don't think they would. No. But I was thinking earlier also about that TV program, The Chosen. And what are they trying to do there? Well, because when you look at it, at the end of season 2, they've only just got up to the Sermon on the Mount. If they've only just got up to the end of the Sermon on the Mount on season 2, to go through the whole of the life into the point of resurrection, the story of Yeshua as a human being, you know, God came down as man, it could take 10 seasons. Now I say it realistically 6. 6 seasons to get to that point. Why? Because if you look at it in the past, that story has been done with 1 or 2 seasons. Never 6. They would never have made it 6, because 6 is about what, or anything near that is about what. Even if they say 4 seasons is about what? Especially when you've got to wait maybe a good 8 months to a year, maybe a bit longer, from one season to another. What is that about? It can't possibly be about telling the story. It can't, because why would you want that sort of gap? Because as soon as you know it's going to be a few seasons long, you know there's going to be a huge gap. There's no doubt about that. There will be a huge gap because of the fact you finish season 1, you know, everyone goes for a rest, you're producing season 1, you're editing it, getting it to a point where it can go out on air. That goes out on air, you want to see how it's received. Okay, you've been given the green light for a season 2, you start doing season 2. Right? You know that that's the process. You know there'd be a massive gap. If you want people to know the story and to see the story and to see it done in a beautiful way, why do it in that way, in that format? That format of having season after season after season is about money, 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 money. That's all that's about, is money. It's about, you know, having a TV program that people like, and you can string them on for years and years and years and years and years. Which is all about money. It's not about letting people see the story. Not about that in any way, shape or form. I mean, look at The Passion. Yeah, The Passion was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But they got it all done, that story done, in the space of one movie. And they did a phenomenal job of it. Could they have done a, you know, The Chosen as one season, but with 20 episodes. Yeah. Yeah. They could have had it starting around about June and finishing on, well, actually start it around about Christmas time. Even just before. But if you're going to have the crucifixion, have the crucifixion timed at Easter. Why not? Yeah. That seems like a good idea. Have it timed with, the seasons that you focus on those elements. So have the birth timed at Christmas Day. That episode comes out. Or Christmas Eve or Boxing Day, either way. Whichever we wish around that time. And then Easter for the crucifixion. After the crucifixion, you've got the resurrection. The problem with what they're doing here, they're adding loads of stuff. Loads of stuff. But stuff that isn't biblical. Because they're trying to stretch it out so much, they're adding stuff. And the problem is what they're adding changes everything. Or could be changing everything. Put it this way, I mean, there was one bit in season 2 which when I saw it I thought, oh, for goodness sake, you are taking the piss. They basically had a conversation between Yeshua and Matthew where Yeshua said that yes, he's working out the speech. He's practicing it. He's going through it and he needs Matthew's help. He needs Matthew to write it down, asking Matthew what does he think should be there. And basically talking about the fact that Yeshua did things according to the way that ministers now do things. Ooh, when I saw that, no, I was not impressed. I was not impressed at all. No. Because of course that is not in the Bible. That's stuff that they've added to plump it out. Yeah, but what they've added is a suggestion that the ministers in church doing the way they're doing things, considering the message, preparing the message, practicing the message, perfecting the message and selling the message is exactly what Yeshua did. Yeah, right, okay. You mean the Son of God, who had a direct connection to Father, absolute direct connection to Father, and him himself said that his Father gave him the words to speak, but then he needs to do like the people now need to do, to practice it and to perfect it in order to sell it. Yeah, no. See, I mean, the problem with the add-ins, some bits have been added, like the point of that certain ones of them were sent to find the ground that he would be standing on, and in order to preach. That made sense to a certain degree. That did make sense to a certain degree. Now the problem is when you've got that making sense, and you've got the other bits, and the other bits, and the other bits, and the other bits, then suddenly you've got a completely different story. Because of what they add. So just be aware of that sort of thing, is that they will add stuff, and when they've added stuff, they potentially have changed the story, but changed it into what? That's where you get the problem with this, 4, 5, 6 season desire. You've got to stretch everything. Yeah. Put it this way, look at your Bible. Does it look as if you can have 2 seasons leading from the birth of Christ, which they don't even deal with actually, because season 1 starts with Christ at around about 27 years old. So they're missing a massive chunk. So there you go. With what they're missing, You're basically just going from the point of view of Jesus coming in to start his ministry to the Sermon on the Mount. Can you imagine that would take 2 seasons to do? I mean, that's ridiculous. It would take that long to do. It's barely a couple of pages, is it really? Yeah. So, yeah, as I say, they need to make more of it. And, yeah. You just have to be aware when you're watching it. I mean, it is beautiful and it is lovely to see because, seeing it on paper, it's words. Seeing it on a TV program, it tends to come alive a bit more. Well, it has for me. I mean, I'm going to speak about this in another video at some point about the things that, where it came alive for me. But there you go. Yeah. As I say, I mean, hopefully it can be a blessing to people, but you have to understand it from what it is, and you have to look at the motive about why they made it the way they've made it. Yeah. As I say, is it so people can be blessed by the story? Yeah, I don't think so. So anyway, there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy. Be a blessing. Be blessed. Bye bye.